Hey guys, it's MandaPanda and I'm back with Miss Pretz-Elle, and we are going to show you how to do this super cute DIY pretzel shaped pillow inspired by Shopkins Season 1 Pretz-Elle. Super cute, relatively easy. We're going to do this a no-sew project, so let's see what we're going to need to make her. Alright, we're going to need some white felt. We're going to need some medium brown fabric. You need 2 yards of it because it needs to be 2 yards long. You'll need some scissors, a hot glue gun, any temperature. Of course, we're going to want some glue sticks to go with that. You're going to need a measuring tape. Of course, we need some googly eyes. These are, let's see if I can get this to focus. These are, dun, 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 25 millimeter wiggly eyes, in case you guys wanted to buy the same size. We're going to need some no-sew, no-heat glue. And the most important thing here is some heat and bond. So this is what we're going to use instead of sewing. I'm using the 5/8 inch. And then you're going to need a bag of this polyfill fiber since we are going to have to fill this to make the pillow. So I'm going to start off with the brown fabric. Again, this is in a light brown. I got this at Hobby Lobby. The color name is Sable and it is 100% cotton. It's 2 yards long. I folded it about 4 times on itself longwise, so that way all I have to do is make one cut. Now you need a piece of fabric that is 12 inches long. So let's measure that out. So it's going to be 12 inches wide and then it'll be 2 yards long. So make your mark 12 inches. And let's get this cut. And this is the easiest way to cut so much fabric all at once. And we'll just, there we go. So now we have one really long 2 yard piece of fabric. Now what I've done is I folded that fabric in half. So now we have 6-inch length fabric. Do not cut it, okay guys? And we're gonna start with the heat and bond. So go ahead and open up that package if you haven't already. And I'm going to, it's super easy, it's very easy to cut. So what I did is I'm gonna measure out this first piece, and it is the edge. So it is gonna be one of the edges. And as you can see, I did not get the edge, I did not put the tape all the way to the end because I want to be able to put the side piece on there and have enough space. So I have it on high heat. I have my iron on extra high heat, and I am making sure that that glue is really getting in there so that the seams never come undone. So here we go, and we'll just, so here's where it's gonna go. See, I'm gonna put it all the way to the end and meet where I put that first piece down. And try to get it as close to the edge as possible. Make sure that none is sticking out, like none of the tape is sticking out, or you will get glue on your iron, and that is a big bummer. I'll tell you from experience. And it's easiest to work with, you know, middle-sized pieces. You don't want to cut a huge long piece and lay it down because that's hard to work with. So let's just do this in sections. Let's do all of this in sections, make it easier for us. And there it goes. And I'm gonna fast forward this so that way you guys aren't super bored watching me do 2 yards of sewing edges on. So let's get these edges sewn on. Be careful not to burn yourself. Make sure that all the glue tapes are connected and that you don't have any missing areas, because if you do not have glue in one area, and if it's like right here, like see right there, I have like a little area that where it's disconnected, I'm going ahead and I'm putting some extra tape in that place, because if I don't, I'll have a hole when I try to fill it, and we don't want any holes in our pillow. So here we go, and let's finish. So we're taping up all the seams. And of course the other side does not need glue because it was just folded over. Okay, I'm almost at the end, and please do not put the tape all the way to the end. If you'll see, I'm leaving about, I don't know, maybe about a ½ inch section at the end with no tape, and I am doing that on purpose. What we're gonna do with this about ½ inch wide section is we're gonna fold it under, and we're gonna put a crease in there. So we're gonna fold it under and iron it to make a crease. Now, right here is where we're going to have to close up the pillow after it's been filled, and we need this little flap here so that way we can put the last and final piece of closing tape and have a really nice good seam there. So that's gonna be a way to make it way easier for us towards the end. So let's get this seam in there. One pass with the iron just to make a crisp seam, and there you go. So about about ½ inch section that I turned down there at the end. Okay, so I have to be in this frame, guys, but here's how we're going to turn this inside out. I am putting my entire arm through the 2-yard long, basically a long pillow that we've made, and I am scrunching it all along my arm. Now, once I get to the end, I'm going to pinch and hold the end of that, and then I'm going to start pulling it over, but do not let go of the bottom. And so see, I'm pulling out the bottom, and there it goes. We've turned it inside out. Let me put this crease back inside. There it goes. Crease back inside. And there you have it. We have our no-sew pillow, and it has one opening at the front, at the top. Here's our seam. Look, our seam looks really nice. If you didn't know any better, you would think it was sewn. And of course, here's the edge that was sewn down, and I was kind of just pulling out the fabric to make it look a little nicer. Now we're gonna fill it. Now this is the most tedious part, is having to fill it. The easiest way that I found to do this, since it's so long, is I shove some in there, I push it down as far as my hand can go, I shake it a little, and repeat the process over and over again until I get to the top. Now, from that whole entire bag of polyfill that I bought, I used about 3/4 of it, so most of it is gone. But I do have lots of fabric left, so I could probably make another 2 or 3 pillows, probably 2 pillows if I wanted to make more from that fabric, and then I could just buy extra polyfill if I wanted to. So let's get all this filling in our pillow, and we're gonna have a really big long pillow that will eventually look like a pretzel, I promise. And we're almost to the end. Okay, so once you have your the entire pillow filled with filling, we are going to have to close up that last seam. So as soon as I get it filled, I will show you how to close up that last and final seam where we left that nice little ½ inch tab at the top. Okay. I'm going. If you're making these with your kids, have your kids stuff this. They're gonna think it's so much fun, and they're probably gonna have way tiny hands, and it'll be a lot easier for them to stick their hand in the pillow instead of you. So this might be their favorite part, is filling the stocking. Here we go. Oh, I'm almost done. It is like it never ended. Okay, so I have it filled up all the way to the top, and what I've done is I have pushed down. So I had it filled to the top, and I pushed it down so that way I could make room to iron there at the front. See, I'm pushing it down a little bit more just to make sure, because I need to have like an inch at the top so I can pass the iron over the last and final seam. So again, I just got another piece of the heat bond tape, and I'm just measuring it out. Again, it's easy to tear, so I'm just measuring out a strip, and I am going to pull these edges together. And see, I have like room here where there's no filling because I pushed it down, so that way I can run the iron over it like this. And make sure you get a really, really, really good press on this because you don't want this seam to come undone. And once it is ironed, before you shake it or before you try to go in and, you know, push the filling back, wait for this seam to cool down, because when it's hot, like right now, the glue will still open, and wait for it to cool down before you move on to this next step. Okay, so here we go. We have a huge brown pillow. I won't say what this looks like, but you can guess what I think that this looks like. And it's a big brown snake looking thing. And you know, just twist it to whatever shape you want. I think that this is good. So let me play with it a little bit. That looks like a pretzel to me. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Again, this is your pillow. You make it how you want. And what I'm doing is I am taking my hot glue gun and I am gluing down those edges straight onto the pillow. And hot gluing is okay. It is washable and it shouldn't come undone in the washer when you wash this pillow. This is a lot faster than putting down the fabric glue. That would take a long time to dry. And hot glue works just as fine. And I'm also going to hot glue it down in the middle here. And make sure that it's dry before you let go of the pressure. So apply lots of pressure, make sure that it's fully dried. Now it's time for some googly eyes. And I'm choosing to put them here. You can put the eyes wherever you want. I just kind of think that they look cool right here. Now, put the hot glue directly onto the pillow. Do not put the hot glue on the actual eye, because since it's plastic, putting that hot glue directly on there will warp it. So put it on the pillow, give it a couple seconds to cool down just a little bit, and then put the eye on top, because you do not want to ruin these googly eyes. And again, hot glue will hold perfectly on fabric, no problems. If you think you're going to have a problem, you're more than welcome to glue the eyes on or sew them on however you want. It's just, I find this faster and it works just as well. Now, the last and final step to make Pretz-Elle is, of course, her little salt pieces. So I'm taking this white felt and I am just cutting out strips. And you can make the little salt pieces as big or as small or whatever size you want them to be. It's up to you. This is your pillow. It is going to look amazing no matter how you do these, no matter how you put them on, no matter where you put them on. It's completely up to you. You have artistic license to do what you want. So I'm just cutting out little tiny squares and rectangles from my strips, and I am going to glue those directly onto the pillow. Let's get these all cut out. Okay, so we are going to use our no-sew glue, and this is a permanent glue, and I am just taking my little felt pieces of salt that I cut out, and I am just placing them wherever I want. Wherever I think there needs to be a salt, that is where I am putting it. There is no such thing as a wrong place, guys. You put the salts wherever you want. You can put as many as you want. You don't have to put any if you feel that pretzels shouldn't have salt. You could even put some, I don't know, yellow streaks on there if you like mustard on your pretzel. It's completely up to you. And I think this needs a couple more. And this glue, it's gonna take a you know, a while to dry. So I would give the pillow a good, you know, 2-3 hours if you could, to let the glue dry and adhere to the fabric. And there you go, pretzel pillow. It's actually a pretty big, sizable pillow, and it is gonna be so cute and comfy on anybody's bed. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.